Today on the channel, we return to Eternia with the Masters Universe Revelations Beastman and Spikor. Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Masters Universe Revelations unboxing and review. Today on the channel, we've got Spikor, we've got Beastman, but remember, for all your Masters Universe needs and a whole lot more, hit up Big Bad Toy Store, link in the description below. So we've got two of the Series 2 figures from the Master Universe Revelations line. We've talked about this a little bit before in weekly purchases and some other videos out there. I don't know about your guys' area, but mine, Series 1 is peg-warming hard. I don't know where Series 2 fits in the mix, as Series 1 isn't on clearance yet. They're not moving. Series 2 should be shipping and arriving anytime now. I just don't know where these will fit, and these could be hard to get, and I'm not sure if retailers, Targets, Walmarts of the world primarily, if they're not selling through this, I don't foresee them ordering Series 2 and Series 3. But as I'm filming this video, Series 3 has been popping up registered locked street dated at Walmart. That makes sense to me because Walmarts are not heavily as flooded with these as Targets from what I'm seeing. So I could see them getting Series 2 and 3 before maybe the Targets do. But to me, your best chance at picking up these figures is most likely Big Bad Toy Store. I think that is going to be the way to go. So look at a Big Bad Toy Store, link in the description below as I always say. But I'm here for it. I know it's mixed reviews on the Master Universe Revelations. Around Thanksgiving weekend, Part 2 comes. I've said it since the beginning. Gotta judge it once we get the full story. That's how I view it. I think all the wrongs will be righted. I think everything will get kind of back to normal. We'll see some stuff. But it's very much like Empire Strikes Back into Return of the Jedi is how I see it kind of folding out. But you got to play the long game, watch the whole series, then comment from there. That's where I'm going to go. But I liked it enough, so fair enough. And it's not about that show, though. It's about these figures, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to do it like we do all the other unboxings on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We'll do some comparisons, and we'll see where it goes from there. And we're going to be different. We're going to start off with Spikor first. Let's look at the packaging. We know this Revelations packaging by now really does pop on the shelf. I like the purple and black kind of together. I think those colors do pop a lot. Then you get Spikor in here against that gray background with some great reds, yellows, purples. An interesting character. I would say by no means the most popular villain or even in top 5 villains for many in the Star Wars? Master Universe universe out there. But an interesting one, and we saw him briefly in the Series 1, Episode 1, I guess we'll call it, of Revelations out there. So very interesting to get him so early in this line. Beastman, I kind of understand. He was featured a little bit more, but we'll do it, and we'll see. They're going to get this whole universe, I think, out in the Revelations banner, hopefully soon. So we'll see. But there's the front there, Revelations logo. That UPC, nobody knows what's about. What does it say? 30 points of articulation. Netflix, 6 and up on these. I don't want any 5-year-olds touching these. Just watch out there. Spikor on the side. What's it say? Spikor, the untouchable master of evil combat. Yeah, somebody with spikes you don't want to touch. Makes sense. And then you got a cool glamour shot artwork there of Spikor looking only like he could look on the side. And then another big glamour shot there. We got the blur. We got the cross-sell. Love a good cross-sell. You know how I am. Empowering the future for via play as well. So good of Mattel to do that. Let's see what it says about Spikor. Of all of Skeletor's henchmen, none is more dangerous in close quarters combat than Spikor. It makes sense. The evil blacksmith with enchanted razor-sharp spiked armor fused to his body forges weapons from the ruthless overlord. Hailing from his secret stronghold, hidden in the mountains, Spikor fights by his master's side whenever he is beckoned. Oh, good for him. What a nice lackey, I guess we'd call it. But let's get down to it. Let's unbox him out of here. Get that familiar stone gray pattern in the back we've seen before. I do like that. I think that is really cool. See you later. Bam, there it is. Larry Bird shooting and scoring. There's Spikor in the plastic prison. Some nods to the past Spikors with some improvements. And when are we going to get Spikor in the Origins lineup? I got to think that's coming in 2022. So let's pop him out here. We got extra hands. We got weapons, extra hands, a lot going on here. Pop him out. Maybe. Oh, he was buckled in, but I just ripped through that buckle. Like it was a 2000 era Star Wars toy is what I did. See you later, plastic prison. Okay, first thing I got in my hand, might as well do it, is a club. And these clubs are Master Universe staple out there. We got these through the Origins line, other lines, a bit different. So this is Spikor's weapon, historically, Spikor's weapon. All orange coloring, no extra colors to it, but it serves its perfect purpose. It is what it is. We understand it. Then we get to the hands, and what do we get with Spikor? What I said every action figure or wrestling figure needs: 2 fists. He's ready. He's got Fists of Fury. He needs those. And then on him, he has 2 open hands. So you got open hands there for Spikor, depending what you want to do. Holy cow, those are some stiff joints on this guy. I did get him moved there. But then you can have Spikor, just plain Jane Spikor, with 2 hands, 2 fists, whatever you want to do here. He does have the double-jointed knees, double-jointed elbows, removable hands, of course. Bicep swivel, yep, he does. Arms go up and down all around. Head's on a peg, it moves around, everything else. Has his vest here. This vest is removable. I don't know why you'd really want to remove it, but it is removable. He's got the patented Masters Universe loincloth going on. Everybody loved a loincloth back in Eternia, as we all know. He's got his furry boots going on down here. A lot of reuse with these, but every Masters Universe line over time has used a ton of reuse, and this line no different. And I'm here for it because they've set the precedent. They've done it since it's as old as time, as we would say out there. And then you got this cool little apparatus feature here. Is you got the red and the steel kind of grayish color going on, but it plugs in as a hand for him, so you can remove, and you can choose your own adventure. Choose whatever hand you want. I'm going to take off his left hand here, and I'm going to stick that right in there, like so. There we go. Fits in there like a glove. It fits like it was made to be on this toy. But it's Spikor. This is what a custom Spikor tour to. You see him, you know this is Spikor. You know exactly who this is. He's got his kind of reptilian yellow eyes going on. He's got his fangs, his teeth hanging over. He's got all the spikes all over him. Don't worry, kids. They're not spiky. They're not going to like hurt you, that kind of spiky. But it gets the effect through. He does, I'm sure, fit on a Ringside Collectible stand. I say it all the time. Spend your money on your figures, not your stands. RingsideCollectibles.com. Use discount code Kyle. Save 10% if you're looking for stands for your Masters of the Universe Revelations or Origins figures at this point. But a lot of accessories, a lot of choose-your-own-adventure-ness with this Spikor. You can choose what hands you want to use, how you want to use them, stuff like that. I mean, this looks like Spikor at the end of the day. I do have Spikor from the Masters Universe Classics line, a favorite here on the channel, of course. Very similar type figures, very stylized, similar. This looks a little bit more gritty, more realistic, where this looks a little bit more cartoony, and we've seen that with the Classics over the years. But then there's many other sublines in the Classics, but this is the Spikor I grabbed for this, and you know, a lot of similar things here, a lot of similar, but this is 2021 or 2022, depending when you're watching this or buying this figure. Updated here, but a very cool nod to the past with Spikor. A bit of a deeper cut, I guess. I always think of the A-class villains being the Beastmans, the Mermans, the Triclops, Skeletors, of course, and Panthors. And then I always think of like Webstor and Spikor and some of those Stinkor even, back kind of in that era. That's where I see it. Where do you sit? But we did mention Beastman, so that's a perfect segue into our next one, is we've got Beastman from the Master Universe Revelations. We saw Beastman looking like Beastman would look in the early episodes of Revelations. Then we got this version a little bit later in the series, helping Tila and fighting on that kind of side of good. I'm not going to talk about the series, but we saw this version. This one gave me a little bit of a head scratcher because he definitely looks different than our traditional Beastman. He also seemed a little bit bigger and ganglier. Maybe that was just me, but that's kind of a weird interpretation of Beastman. It'll be interesting if we get our traditional Beastman in the Master Universe Revelations line, like we're seeing in the upcoming Triclops figure. He's really a 2-in-1. He'll represent what he represented as we know him, and then the updated kind of cult leader in the Revelations line. Will we get some of that with Beastman in the future? I think we will. It'll be interesting to see how that pairs out. But let's take a look at the packaging on Beastman first. The old savage henchman of Skeletor, as we all know. So look at those hands in there. We got 4 extra hands. He has his patented whip going on. He is a big figure, a big villain, really a beast man, you could call him. There you go. So there it is right on the front there. A lot of the same stuff from Spikor. You got the Revelations logo, all that fun stuff, Netflix logo, and all that. And on the side, what does it say? Savage Henchman. He's the Savage Henchman, old Beastman. Then you got Beastman right there, looking only like he could look if he was in Masters Universe Revelations. And on the back, got a big glamour shot. We got that blur we'll read. We got the cross-sell. The cross-sell is so important to toys, manufacturing, not just toys, all lines out there. Let's see what else you're selling. Give us some other options out there. empowering the future via play as well. Let's see what it says about Beastman here. The fearless feral force spent his entire life fighting for Skeletor's evil causes, using his brute strength and telepathic command of dangerous creatures to his master's advantage. With the magic gone from Eternia, Beastman serves Evelyn as her monstrous muscle in her search to repair the damage done in the final battle at Grayskull. So there it is. An interesting one. And Beastman, he has seen some things. He's got some face paint on, which you know I love. But he also has some scars on his body. So this is a battle-tested Beastman over the years is what we're seeing here. Let's pull him out of the package. 30 points of articulation. Got that gray stone wall back there like we've seen. So there it is. See you later. Plastic prison time. There he is, looking only like a Beastman could look. He does have his whip. I like that whip. Oh, better get scissors out here. We got ties tying him in. We didn't see that with Spikor. He was more rubber band in. This one actually has ties, and I do think that is because he is a bigger figure. So bigger figures need a tie to hold him down. But nothing holds Beastman back, like we all know. He's a savage henchman, so he's ready to fight the good fight. Like a young Triumph for you Canadians out there. All right, popping him out. Getting these hands out. He's awfully handsy. See you later. Goodbye. All right, you get every hand you'd want with Beastman. Kudos, Mattel. We got 2 fists. We got matching fists. Beastman needs a fist going on. We've got an open hand and a holding hand right here. So we got one of those, and we got the opposite on the figure. So every hand combination you want with Beastman, you got it here. So kudos to them. Beastman, known for his whip throughout all toy lines. We get the whip once again with some nice cloth here. It looks like a whip. It just fits home. It hits you in the nostalgia feels. If you've been collecting Beastman figures for a long time, you're very familiar with him and his whip. So we get that with this Beastman. Now we look at Beastman, and it looks like Beastman, but boy, does it feel different. It almost feels a little bit like the 2000 line of Beastman a little bit. How do I get this arm? This arm's being kind of funky. That's what it kind of gives me those vibes to a little bit. He's got a little hunchbackness to him. It's Beastman when you see it, but it feels different. He's kind of hunched over there. He looks more wild in the Beast, I guess, you know, with magic gone and all that kind of stuff. He's got his nice braids down here of his beard going on. He's got his hairy hump back there. It's Beastman, but Beastman that's seen some things. He's been through the battles. He's been through the wars. And he's trying to find his way in life, I guess. He's got that orange hair. We've seen him with more vibrant orange-colored hair, where it's really like fluorescent orange. And we've seen him with darker orange. This is somewhere kind of in the middle. Not super fluorescent, but orange enough. He does have hair throughout his body, on his forearms, around his calves, on his feet. And then he's got his big, sharp claws going on like Beastman's always had out there. Big teeth. I believe that's face paint on around his eyes. We'll call it face paint. You guys know I'm a sucker for face paint. And then he's got, instead of like a loincloth, he's got a bit of a skirt that's tattered and torn and beat up, but it does have a holder on the side, which is perfect if you want him to hold his whip. You can fit in right on there. You can store the accessories on him. I do like that feature as well. A big Beastman. Articulation-wise, got the usual, what we've come to expect with the Revelations line out there. Removable hands. We got double-jointed knees, double-jointed elbows, bicep, thigh swivel. You got head that moves all the way around. It is hunched back over, so it does have pretty good motion, though, throughout. So I do like that. Even the horns on the top of his head is really cool looking. And then the ankles up and down all around. Very tight ankles, which is preferred. These big figures, if they have loose ankles, they just topple over. We saw that with Skelegod in the past. No problems with that here. Just a lot of movement potential on this one. A lot of good poses you'll be able to get him into. And like I said, with all those extra hands, that gives us a lot of stuff to work with. I'm sure he'll fit on a ringside collectible stand. Of course he does. Use discount code Kyle. Save 10% if you're looking for stands for your Origins or Revelation figures out there. These are perfect, but fits like a glove. Let's compare him to some other Beastman. How about Beastman from the Master Universe Origins line? This is the Beastman most people know Beastman from, of course. Very cool. I'm going to stick him on a stand right now so he doesn't fall over on me. But there he is right there. So you get that for a little size comparison. How about the Filmation Masters Universe Classics one? Very cool. This is Beastman from the cartoon. Obviously, this is the old figure reimagined in the Origins, but then this feels like it just stepped right off the animated series screen. It feels like we're watching Filmation in the 80s with this Beastman. And then the coolest Beastman figure I think of all time still to me is the Masters of the Universe Classics one. Just feels dark, gritty, feels like a true Beastman, where this one feels, these two feel very cartoony, toy-ish. This one feels gritty. This one's kind of somewhere in between. He's kind of in the mix there. He feels cartoony, but also feels gritty. But I think for my money, the Classics one is the best. That's what I want out of He-Man, is some grittiness. But I still do like this. I do like these Revelation figures. I know some people aren't sold on them. Some people aren't sold on Origins. But I like them all. They are all fit a different place for me. My He-Man room is really growing on displays. I did a recent video where we walked through some of my He-Man collection, my Classics collection real fast as I started building my Origins, on card collection. But I'm sure there's going to be a lot of work to do in that room for the upcoming years, as we seem to be no stopping the Masters of the Universe figures from Mattel. A lot of cool stuff coming our way right now and into 2022. But what do you think? Tell me what you think about Beastman. Tell me what you think about Spikor. Tell me what you think about Revelations. I know I've heard from a lot of viewers out there that don't like it, but I think you got to watch the second half. I don't know how you can pass it up. Just at the end of the day, if you're a He-Man fan, it's fun to get new He-Man out there. Yeah, it might not tell the story you want to tell, but it at least is out there, better than no He-Man. That's kind of how I sit. So, I don't know. You guys tell me your thoughts in the comments on the figures or anything else you want to talk about. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're unboxing all the new He-Man stuff and old stuff too on the channel. So make sure you subscribe. Hit the notification bell. You don't want to miss a video. Also, follow me on social media, SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson, of course, ProWrestlingTees.com. Support the channel, pick up a t-shirt. So for Spikor and Beastman, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.